Listen guys, we all are busy. We have work, we have family, kids, other relationships we need to nurture. We have outside activities and socializing with others that all take time during the day, not including eating and prepping our food so that way we can rest and recover. There's only so much time in the day. Well, my name is Dylan from fieldstrengthathletics.com, and today I'm going to go over my 4 tips to help you save time in the gym so you can get to the rest of your life. Tip number 1, rest less in between sets. If you're one of the guys or gals out there that rest 5+ minutes in between sets, guess what? You're not going to have enough time to get through your workout if you only have an hour. So start by going down to 4.5 minutes of rest in between, and then 4 minutes of rest in between, 3.5 minutes of rest in between, so on, all the way down to maybe, 1.5 to 2 minutes in between sets. Now, this will make the weights feel heavier, especially at first. You will get adjusted, and this is only in the time being when life is busy. Once you get closer to a meet prep, prioritize your prep more and a lot more time to work out so that way you can have those 5 minutes breaks in between sets when you're doing high intensity exercises. Tip number 2, take your accessory work and implement them into circuits, AMRAPs, or EMOMs, or whatever different iteration you want for that. You can take, say, if you have 4 or 5 different accessory movements, put them all into one block, have a lot of rest, say 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and you move on to the next exercise. And then you'll be able to get all 4 or 5 exercises done in 16 to 20 minutes if you're only doing 4 or 5 sets. This takes all that time where you would be resting, a minute to 2 in between, shrinks it down to 30 seconds in between and a continual clock. Another benefit of this, outside of just saving time, is that you get a little bit of conditioning out of this. So you get your lungs healthier and your ability to recover faster will be better after implementing some of these tools. Now, that being said, this will mean that a lot of your accessory work will probably have to be lighter. It's okay for accessory work from time to time for it to be lighter. You don't always need your lateral raises to be, 40 pounds. The main thing we're focusing on in training is having your squat be heavier, your bench be heavier. We don't really need to push really, really hard weights for your accessory movements. We're looking for a pump, we're looking for blood flow, we're looking for some hypertrophy. Light weights can get that job done too. Tip number 3, utilize speed work, especially if you're doing high frequency training protocols. In the later parts of the week, you can utilize, say, band or chain deadlifts, box squats, band squats, chain squats, and use some of these speed work where it's low intensity, 50 to 65% of your 1 rep max with the accommodating resistance protocols. And you can do these very technical lifts where you're working on being perfect form and you're looking at being explosive through your speed work, and it's going to be a lower intensity so that way you can work on these techniques. If you use these in the later half of the week, you can go faster in between your sets. Honestly, you should maybe only be resting up to a full minute during your speed work sets anyways, so that you can use these for your second or third deadlift or squat or even bench, and you'll save a lot of time in your training later in the week. Tip number 4, prioritize your training. Now, this doesn't mean you need to prioritize your calendar to your training. You should already be doing that. What I mean is I see far too many people that are crunched on time come in to work out and they spend 20 to 30 minutes foam rolling and stretching and using the lacrosse ball and using their massage guns, and then they don't have time to finish their accessories afterwards. The lifts and the accessories are far more important than your stretching and myofascial release. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not important, but you can get warmed up underneath the barbell. You can grease the groove underneath the barbell. You start with the barbell, and you go 135, 185, 225, all the way up to your working weights, and you should be warmed up by then. Now, what you can do is try to put your stretching or myofascial release or massage gun right before you go to bed or right after you wake up. When you have, 10, 20 minutes, you can just wake up a little earlier, go to sleep a little later, get your stretching in then, because it is still important. But if you only have an hour of a lot of time to go do your workout and go do your training, have that hour be your training, not your stretching and mobility work. I hope these 4 tips are going to help you save time so you have more life outside of the gym. If you use these 4 tips, they do add up to a lot of time. You may only save a minute or 30 seconds in between your sets of rest, or you might just save 10, 20 minutes from your stretching and mobility work and put it later in the day. But when you add those all together, that can save you an hour to an hour and a half during each workout or each training session. And that adds up, especially if you're busy like I am. I hope these things helped you out, guys. If they did, give it a big old thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you have some other technique that you use to save time in the gym. If not, right on. All right, guys, go out, do something great, have a nice day. See you on the side. Peace.